massive city like Jakarta, we depend on having supplied fresh produce from outside. With such limited space, it's almost impossible to find your own fruits, vegetables, let alone dairy products freshly from within the city. Or is it? Well, today, Sini strolls around Jakarta to show you that you can very well get your own fresh produce from within the city. Come see the beauty only on Sini.
Si Indonesia.
Kalau kita minum langsung dari proses pemerahan, itu khasiatnya luar biasa.
Nothing like a fresh milk to start your day. Here's a question. How do you get your dose of milk? Here in Jakarta, our go-to are packaged milk, powdered milk, or condensed milk, if you could even call that milk. Well, what if I told you that within the city, you could still get your dose of fresh milk? Just drive to the suburb and you will find, whoa, this, a dairy farm for your fresh milk. Welcome to Pondok Rangon District Dairy Farm. Nestled between residential homes of Jakarta's southern suburbs, it's the largest dairy farm within the city. Ready for some calcium boost? Yes! Hey man, they're so adorable. Cows didn't just find their own way here. In fact, these tracts of land at Pondok Rangon Sub-District has been Jakarta government's designated dairy farming and breeding area since 1986. They are originally from South Jakarta's Mampang and Kuningan districts, but were relocated here since they're incompatible with the urban sprawl. You know, if it wasn't so humid, I'd say we're in New Zealand or Australia. Well, close to at least. There are as many as 20 dairy farms around, holding up to 1,200 cows, making all but one product. The freshest milk in the city.
Boleh dikatakan produk organik lah.
Say hello to the man in charge, Rahmat Al-Bagori. He runs Cibugari, Cibubur Garden Dairy, a dairy farm and an agro-education center. He's also from a long line of native Betawi dairy farmers whose love for milk is uncontested and represents the third generation of his family in the business.
Alhamdulillah, kalau saya 250 cc per hari.
Rasanya langsung enak?
Bugar aja sih. Dan alhamdulillah punya daya tahan tubuh yang baik.
Hello guys! Rahmat manages up to 80 cows, of which 40 are active milk producers. And that calls for a 24/7 job.
Karena kita ngurusin ini kayak bayi, dia sangat-sangat manja, jadi harus kita bersihkan kandangnya 2 kali sehari, makannya juga, pemerahannya juga 2 kali sehari, jadi tidak ada hari libur.
Alright, let's see how they're made. Cows are milked twice a day, at dawn and at about 3 in the afternoon. After a good shower, much of the milking are done using specialized machines. That is super fast! I can't wait to try this. But as the pumps dry up, good old hand milking takes over. How do you do this, Pak?
Okay, maybe you put your hand here.
Yes.
Okay, after that you push and like this.
Okay, push and like, that's good, Pak.
Okay, this is the most.
Okay. There you go. So what you do is you put a little bit of butter to lubricate it, Pak.
Okay.
And then you just put it.
Each cow can produce up to 10 liters of milk every day. But how much they give off depends on their mood.
Kalau dia moodnya bagus, tenang, suasananya, dia akan meminimalisir stresnya. Yang kedua pakan, kalau tercukupi setiap hari, maka produksinya akan stabil, bahkan bisa lebih meningkat.
Fresh milk could only last about 2 hours, as bacteria would multiply in a matter of seconds. Thus, they will go straight to processing. About 80% of them are pasteurized, and the rest are fermented into yogurt and cheese. The milk's health benefits are what drives demand, and it tends to rise in the hardest of times.
Pas kenaikannya signifikan itu, mereka berebut minum susu. Kemarinnya sudah agak banyak yang sehat, menurun lagi. Inilah kesadaran ini yang harus kita bangun, Mas Wisby. Artinya jangan kita menunggu sakit untuk mengkonsumsi sumber vitamin, gizi yang dapat meningkatkan daya tahan tubuh kita.
We hear you, and that's exactly why Rahmat opens his farm for agrotourism aimed at children. They get to experience firsthand what it's like getting milk from the cow to processing and into a cup. Rahmat believes that witnessing life at the farm would stimulate children to respect all living things and the environment. A warm memory that he hopes will encourage future entrepreneurs. Amen to that.
Only on Sini Indonesia.
Moving on, we head downtown Jakarta to the heart of our beloved concrete jungle, where we can find the best of green produce. Wait, what?
You heard that right. Fresh greens from within the city. Enter Jakarta's most variative roof garden.
There are over 100 plant varieties here, grown on some 500 square meter of roof on a 3-story building.
Biasa lah ya, kangkung, bayam, pakcoy, selada, cabe di sini bisa, pepaya bisa, jagung pun kita tanam di sini. Itu yang palawija ya, sedangkan bunga-bungaan kita juga tanam gitu di sini. Bunga matahari itu populer di sini, terus bunga lavender segala macam juga kita tanam. Nilai yang tinggi itu kale ya, termahal lah ya. Kale itu bisa 60.000 per kilo ya.
That's Fajar Wiryono, the man who turned a boring old flat rooftop into a self-sustaining food-producing garden. And you wonder why the many varieties of plants?
Kalau ada yang datang ke sini, terus bilang, tanam ini bisa nggak di sini? Tanam ini bisa nggak di sini? Akhirnya dari yang sedikit itu, kemudian kita coba sedikit-sedikit sampai kira-kira hampir 100-an jenis tanaman di sini bisa gitu.
Fajar is a prominent figure in urban farming, and this place serves as a training center for Mapora, an organic farmers community. Having started training 6 years ago, this place has taken many urban farming concepts into reality.
Berkebun sehat secara organik di atas atap. Yes.
His main concern is Jakarta's heavy dependence on neighboring provinces for supply, hence prices soar while quality drops. So he now embarks on a mission to train and show urban dwellers that they could very well just grow their own food.
Yang penting ada air yang kita siram tiap hari, ada matahari yang cukup supaya dia bisa berkembang. Udah itu aja, gampang aja. Cuma itu tadi komitmennya gitu. Mau nggak?
The onset of the pandemic only proves the increasing importance of homegrown food.
Nah ini yang kemudian blessing in disguise ya. Kita udah ajarin 5-6 tahun yang lalu. Nah saat-saat seperti ini yang kira-kira berguna banget buat kita gitu loh.
Let's go through the few things we learned. Among the methods that they teach for roof gardening are raised beds and verticulture, with a mix of soil, compost, and organic fertilizers as the media. Then there's aquaponic or hydroponics. And for those who can't afford any space, there's microgreen.
Hello, little guy. These little bees are feasting on the nectar of this Thai basil. It smells very fresh here. So we don't even know where they live. They just come here to feast. So if you start urban farming like this, you don't only give food for yourself, but also your surrounding little friends. Hello.
Sometimes, though, it's not just the friendly neighbors that come by. Pests like mealybugs, grasshoppers, or curious birds are also common. An organic pesticide will do just the trick, like this one. A cocktail of papaya leaves, lemongrass, betel, garlic, and soursop leaves is guaranteed to keep the pests at bay. This is then left overnight to ferment, strain, and it's straight to the sprayer.
Here it is. It's safe for your skin. Smells very organic, and you can just spray it to your home buddies. Gets rid of all the insects that are no good for your plants. Happy gardening!
Pictures don't do it justice. We gotta taste the harvest firsthand.
Cobain deh ini rasanya.
Langsung? Bisa?
Bisa.
Oh, okay. Let me give it a shot. Cucumber. Mmm, fresh from the oven. Garden, sorry. Manis. Enak. That's so fresh. Mmm. So you gotta pull it really slow so you get every single piece of peanut. Oh, look at that. Manis ya, Pak? It's sweet.
Manis.
Obviously, very raw.
Apalagi kalau udah direbus.
We gotta boil. Fresh chilies, perfect with gorengan or fritters. Here we go. Wow, that's fresh chili from the garden.
Ini miracle fruit, asalnya dari Afrika Barat. Ini fungsinya buat manipulasi rasa dari pahit dan asam menjadi manis.
Oh yeah? So this is supposed to change the taste of this. Let's try this orange. Awesome. Oh, very sour. Let's try this. Wow, totally changed it. It is like candy now. That's why it's called miracle fruit. I'm just amazed right now. It's still very sweet like candy. What Bapak didn't tell me is this is gonna go on for an hour. So anything I taste after this is gonna be sweet. Interesting. Ayo Pak, nextnya Pak.
If we continued on harvesting, we'd go on to the end of this episode. But it was really refreshing to see real harvests firsthand. Home gardening is making way as the new trend among urbanites. But as easy as this might look, there is an X factor that determines whether or not your plants would make it.
Ada beberapa jenis yang kita tanam gitu kan, nggak semuanya tumbuh bagus. Tapi kalau kita kasih semangat gitu, ayo dong, temennya yang sebelah bagus nih, kok kamu nggak ini. Besoknya tuh dia mulai, nah itu kita nggak tahu kenapa gitu ya. Tapi yang saya yakin tanaman itu juga seperti kita tumbuh, yang perlu dikasih spirit seperti itu gitu.
We'll surely keep that tip in mind.
Ah, the smell of spices here. It's so strong, so nice. I'm just looking at our beloved city here and how much space there is on the roof and buildings. Imagine if every single one of those planting an urban garden like this, planting your favorite vegetables, we might well be sustainable.
See the beauty? Only on See Indonesia.
We're still on the hunt for urban-grown commodities. This next one is all too familiar for you seafood lovers.
Who's a fan of lobsters? That juicy, savory meat that melts away on every bite. Yum! What if I told you that you could have all the lobsters you want from the comforts of your home and at a bargain too? Well, you might just be in luck with these little guys.
Meet the lobster's long-lost cousin, the freshwater lobster. They're commonly known in English as crayfish, but in Indonesia, they're simply known as freshwater lobsters, and we're gonna refer them as that from this point on. They are grown right here, in these homemade ponds in Jakarta's southwestern suburb of Bintaro. Called the Bintaro Farming Center, this mini farm is truly diverse. They also have hamsters, snakes, and even cute little porcupines.
Stop! Back to the lobsters.
Alright, the freshwater lobsters are the star moneymakers for this farm. And it's all the brainchild of this man.
Saya Junjun Setiawan, salam lobster.
After about 17 years in the business, freshwater lobster is a venture to live for to Cucun and an all-time win for seafood lovers.
This one has a lower cholesterol than the sea lobster. And the second one is if you have allergic to the seafood such as a prawn, crab or lobster and everything, if you eat this crayfish, you will have no allergic.
And all that for a fraction of the price of your favorite lobsters.
With only 150,000, you can eat one bowl of lobster. Yeah, if you want to eat a sea lobster, you must have 1 million to eat a lobster.
Cucun already had a taste of various roles in the business, from producer to supplier. And now, he is just an educator, or consultant to be more specific. There are over 1,000 freshwater lobsters here, but you could hardly call this large. Although, they are not for consumption. They're in fact breeding lobsters.
The pool might not look pretty and it actually kind of smells like gutter. But in Indonesian slang, this is cuan, 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 or cash, cash, and cash. Lots of cash.
As he delved deeper into the business, Cucun started providing classes to accommodate his endless inquiries.
When a lot of people start to ask me questions, and then I make some kind of training center. So people can, the one that want to keep the lobster, they join the training.
Cucun regularly holds classes like these. Classes cost up to 750,000 rupiah or $50 US. Every student will also get a set of 8 lobsters to take home and breed. Today, he's holding a class of 30 students. The farm has all the medium for cultivation, from cement ponds to fiberglass and aquariums. Alright, so basically there are 2 ways to go with freshwater lobsters. For consumption and for decoration. And that depends on how they grow. Breeding starts with egg-bearing female lobsters.
We got a female here and she's got her eggs. Look at that. This is gonna make many more hundreds and thousands of more lobsters. Look at that. Beautiful.
As they hatch, the bearers are separated while the juvenile lobsters are left to grow. This is where they take different forms.
See these? These guys spend a little more time in the sun, while these guys spend time in the shade. And you can see the difference in their color. Beautiful, aren't they? Spend more time in the shade, and you get colors like these. That's very beautiful.
First grade lobsters are separated to be mated. The second grade are the ones for consumption, while the third grade, usually the more colorful bluish ones, are set aside for decorative lobsters. But that sure needs a lot of space and equipment. Or does it?
If you have 1.5 square meter, you can do the lobster breeding. And then after they already become a juvenile, you can sell them to the raiser.
That's right, aquariums will do. And Chuchun provides them.
Right, these are the type of aquariums that you can use to breed your lobster in. Key feature, it's got these hiding spots like bricks and also these pipes. It's for them to hide in the shade. Second of all, it's for them to hide from each other because these guys have a knack of eating each other. These guys know about social distancing way longer than we ever had.
And the money question now, how does it taste?
Expert in Indonesia already test the texture of the meat from the sea lobster and the freshwater. The result will come out, they have the same texture. So if you eat the lobster, you close your eyes, you will taste the same.
Only one way to find out. Deep fried freshwater lobsters it is.
Selamat makan, lobsternya sudah siap.
All right, here it is, your freshwater lobster on the plate. Look at that. Ooh, that penetrated my mask. This smells so good. This is about 6 inches long, 8-month-old lobsters cooked in padang sauce. Let's try this. All right, here we go. You know what? If nobody told me where that came from, I wouldn't doubt that's seafood. That is so delicious. And the padang sauce is great. The only thing I notice is if you get closer to the head, you can smell that freshwater smell like you're eating a freshwater fish. But other than that, this could pass a lobster any day. Whew, that's half a kilo of freshwater lobster just gone. Don't mind the light, the day took a gloomy turn. It's raining hard. But I end today with a huge smile.
A huge smile indeed. A happy tummy, but more importantly, enlightened with a deeper understanding of sustainable living.
Danse avec moi.